According to documents produced by his ministry, there are between 20,000 and 500,000 people in Canada that are not supposed to be here. And there are another 3 million that have to leave within the next year. What is the plan to ensure that people who should leave do leave?
Heyo. So, today I'm going to be talking about Trudeau, because why not? And we're also going to be talking about the border. Specifically, Pierre Poilievre talking about Trudeau's border situation that we got going on here. End all be all is that we need to close our border. Not only for the tariffs, but also because we need to keep Canadians safe from people who shouldn't be here. People who are not here legally, even. Alright, let's dive right in.
They broke the border. Justin Trudeau broke the border. We didn't have these problems before Justin Trudeau. We didn't have Roxham Road before Justin Trudeau. We didn't have these illegal border crossings before Justin Trudeau. We didn't have, the number of asylum claims have gone from 10,000 to over 200,000 under Justin Trudeau, more than 20-fold increase. All the chaos at our border is the result of Justin Trudeau. It's his job to come up with a plan today. You know what we're seeing now, though, is that because the Prime Minister has vacated the border and turned it open to anyone who wants to come in, the premiers are now taking responsibility for our border. Trudeau wants to be in charge of all these provincial areas of jurisdiction, and yet he's not taking care of the one federal job that is most the responsibility of the federal government, which is the border. So we have Quebec sending in the Sûreté du Québec, their police force, to secure the border. Premier Smith, common sense leader, is proposing to use drones, provincial drones, and other police law enforcement measures from her province to secure the borders there. I understand Doug Ford is looking at something similar. So now, because Trudeau has so thoroughly broken the border, we're getting a patchwork of premiers who have no choice but to try and hold the border together with bubble gum, Scotch tape, and elastic bands. Just everything is broken after Justin Trudeau. We need a carbon tax election to fire him and bring in a strong Prime Minister who can rebuild our borders.
So, just more or less stuff we already know. Trudeau is, as I stated in the other video, if we don't have a border, we don't have a country. We don't have a people, per se, even. Because the border is what separates Canadians from Americans, from Mexicans, from anybody else. If we don't have a border, we don't have a country. And if we don't have a border, we don't have a people. Trudeau is constantly putting other people above Canadians. And he needs to be gone for this. He's the leader of Canada, and yet we're basically second-class citizens compared to every other group possible. We're second-class citizens to people who shouldn't be here. Isn't that insane? We are below people who just shouldn't be here in general. So much so that he's willing to have not even a country anymore for their sake of being allowed to be here and cause problems unbeknownst. There's another video that I had, basically the same thing, but no, not that one. It's a longer video, and not for today, possibly.
Speaker, we have to protect our borders if we're going to protect our economy from President Trump's tariff threats. The Americans and the premiers are all concerned the Prime Minister is too weak to do that. And the data from his own immigration department confirm that fact. According to documents produced by his ministry, there are between 20,000 and 500,000 people in Canada that are not supposed to be here. And there are another 3 million that have to leave within the next year. What is the plan to ensure that people who should leave do leave?
Every year, there are visitor visas and work permits and student visas that expire, and every year, the vast majority of those people return home to their countries.
Another weak answer from a weak leader, Mr. Speaker. The reality is he says that people just voluntarily leave when their permits and visas are up. But his minister admitted this week that that is impossible to prove because they don't keep track. And the closest thing they could get to an answer was their department saying estimates from academic sources range from between 20,000 and 500,000 persons, although there may be more. We're talking about people who should not be in our country. So once again, what is the plan?
How would we keep track of the visas if we don't even know who they are to begin with? They're not here legally. We don't know them. The government doesn't know them. And they're getting free health care for being here. We don't know them. We're giving them free stuff for the sake of giving them free stuff. They need to be out of Canada. More so, not only because of the tariffs, once again, but because we need to put Canada first. Canada above America, above Mexico, above any other country. Don't care, name it. We are above them for our leader's position. Our leader should put us above everybody else. You don't have a country if you don't. Anywho, hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Have a good one.